Doctors and researchers have uncovered shocking evidence that certain common foods can accelerate inflammation, weaken cartilage, and even worsen arthritis symptoms. If you're over 60 and want to protect your joints, you need to know about these foods before it's too late. Stay with me until the end of this video because today we'll break down the 5 biggest joint-damaging foods, explain why they're harmful, and, most importantly, give you better alternatives that can help keep you moving pain-free. Let's dive in. Before we get into the foods, let's quickly talk about why joint pain happens in the first place. As we age, our cartilage, the cushion between our bones, naturally wears down. At the same time, our body produces less synovial fluid, the natural lubricant that keeps our joints moving smoothly. Add in inflammation from poor diet, lack of movement, and genetics, and suddenly joint pain becomes a daily struggle. But here's the good news. By avoiding certain foods and making smarter choices, you can slow down joint deterioration, reduce pain, and even regain some of your lost mobility. So let's get into it. The 5 worst foods for your joints after 60. Sugar is everywhere, from your morning coffee to that healthy granola bar. But did you know that sugar is one of the biggest culprits behind joint pain? When you eat sugary foods, your body releases inflammatory chemicals called cytokines. These chemicals attack your joints, worsening stiffness and pain. Plus, sugar contributes to weight gain, putting even more pressure on your knees, hips, and back. Examples of high sugar foods to avoid: sodas and fruit juices, pastries, cakes, and cookies, flavored yogurts, candy bars. Better alternatives: instead of refined sugar, try natural sweeteners like honey or stevia. And if you crave something sweet, reach for fresh fruits like berries, which have antioxidants that actually fight inflammation. Love bacon and sausages? I have some bad news. Processed meats contain advanced glycation end products, AGEs, harmful compounds that trigger inflammation and damage joint tissues. Plus, these meats are high in saturated fats, which increase the risk of obesity, a major contributor to joint pain. Examples of processed meats to cut back on: bacon hot dog, sausages, deli meats. Better alternatives: choose lean, unprocessed proteins like grilled chicken, fish rich in omega-3s, or plant-based options like lentils and beans. Did you know that certain cooking oils could be inflaming your joints? Many vegetable oils like soybean, corn, and sunflower oil are packed with omega-6 fatty acids. While your body needs some omega-6s, too much throws off the balance and fuels inflammation, worsening joint pain. Fried foods like French fries and fried chicken are even worse because they contain trans fats, which are linked to increased inflammation and a higher risk of arthritis. Better alternatives: switch to healthier oils like extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil. And instead of frying, try baking or air frying for that crispy texture without the inflammation. Milk, cheese, and yogurt might seem harmless, but for some people, dairy can be a major trigger for joint pain. Dairy contains a protein called casein, which can increase inflammation in sensitive individuals. Some studies even suggest that dairy can worsen arthritis symptoms by irritating the tissues around the joints. Signs dairy might be affecting you: increased joint stiffness after eating cheese or milk, digestive issues like bloating or discomfort, skin problems, often linked to inflammatory responses. Better alternatives: if you suspect dairy is a problem, try swapping cow's milk for almond, oat, or coconut milk. Instead of cheese, experiment with plant-based alternatives made from nuts or tofu. White bread, pasta, and rice, staples in many diets, can secretly be worsening joint pain. Refined carbs have a high glycemic index, meaning they spike blood sugar levels. This leads to increased inflammation, making joint pain and stiffness worse. Foods to cut back on: white bread, white rice, pasta made from refined flour, breakfast cereals. Better alternatives: switch to whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, and whole wheat bread. These options have fiber and nutrients that help fight inflammation instead of fueling it. So what's the next step? Now that you know which foods to avoid, it's time to take action. Start small. Begin by reducing one of these harmful foods at a time instead of making drastic changes overnight. Replace wisely. Swap unhealthy options with anti-inflammatory foods like salmon, leafy greens, nuts, and berries. Listen to your body. Keep track of how your joints feel when you eat certain foods and adjust accordingly. Remember, every bite you take can either help or hurt your joints. The choice is yours.